But some of you will get caught up in this trap of constantly learning because you're afraid to sit down with one model, follow the rules, stick to that process, and let it yield whatever experience is intended for you. And then you have a baseline. That's why I could literally give out a model every single day. And some of you want me to do that. But the only thing it's going to do is it's like a dog in a meat market. You ain't going to know what to do. You're going to run around and you just chase everything. Instead of simply sitting down and saying, you know what? I'll just have a filet. Thank you. And I've done that with the 2022 model. I've done that just recently with the silver bullet model. I have lots more coming, but you don't have to have anything else. The optimal trade entry was enough. OTE pattern, the flagship that was on my YouTube channel. That's enough. The 2022 model, that's enough. You can use it in every session. London, New York, PM session. You can use it in London close. You can trade it in Forex. You can trade it in futures. You can trade it in crypto. You can trade it in whatever the heck you want to trade it in. It works. There's no excuse. You have zero excuse not to have some baseline by now. You should have some kind of experience to say, you know what? This works. And I have to work on refining it, but I know it works because I've seen it in back testing, looking at where it has done this in the past. I tell you what time to look for these things to form. That way you're not just going around and looking at charts blindly. Go right to these specific times of the day. That's where it's going to form. For those people that go back in their old data and their old charts and they study that, they see it, they don't need me to do 50 examples of that. They don't need to see me do it live 50 times a week. They're sold on the idea. Okay, there's something here. It merits more investigation because I see the evidence of this thing occurring. It's not contrived. It's not conjectured. It's not made up. It's not fabricated. It's really happening every day. And once you see that, you don't need to have anybody else to cheerlead for you. You know, okay, there's something here. I want to mine that. So I give you just a few models so that way you go in and you now start working on the skill sets that are required. Not veering off course, hopping from one PD array, one approach, fair value gap, inversion value gap, breakers, market maker models, buy, sell. There's 1,000 things out there that I teach. Every individual one of them is a model. Every single one of them is an individual model. But I give you, this is the best way to learn. I'm allowing you to pick your weapon. I've opened my arsenal doors. So here it is. Look what I have here. Pick your weapon. But nothing changes when it comes to time. Time of day, these things occur at specific times, certain days of the week, certain weeks of the month, certain month of the year. I'm allowing you to bring your personality, your personal influence, because you're the problem and you're the last puzzle piece. See, some of you are sitting around here, you're writing diligent notes, you're doing this, you're doing that, and that's wonderful. But you're all waiting for that last penny to drop. The last ICT puzzle piece. And then it's all going to come together. It's all going to be crystal clear. Once he tells me this one PD, the 81 PD arrays, final last one. That's it. That's it. That's the Holy Grail. No, it's not. If you walked over to your mirror right now, look at yourself real quick. That's the final puzzle piece. And it's always been you. You're the reason why you succeed, and you're the reason why you haven't succeeded yet. And ultimately, you and you alone are the only reason why you're going to fail. That's not me talking down to you. That's me telling you the way it is. That's just the way it is. Are you coming to me for a constant dose of something new, but have done nothing with what I've already given you?
Alrighty, boys and girls, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday, chat. Last trading day of March, they're telling me. If the rumors are true, boys and girls, March is almost over. Good morning, guys. Say what's up in the chat. Hit the like button if you'd be ever so kind. Who do we got in here? Good morning, Michael, Elias, Angel, good morning, Hindsight King, No Gamble, No Futcha, Big Head Reef, Mr. Nobody, Love Trades, JP, Melda, good morning, Hassan, Benny, Sugar Danny, Kookie, Hudson, Wolf Dubai, good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. Come on in, boys. We got market open here in just under 2 minutes, so we'll go ahead and jump into the charts. We do have 10 o'clock Jolt's job opening, red folder news, by the way, so that's the only thing that is left on the economic calendar this morning is Jolt's jobs at 10. Otherwise, no other economic calendar news to worry about. We did get a fairly decent move in the Asia session overnight, so looking here, NASDAQ on the right, ES and Dow Jones here on the left. You guys can see here that we did get a move down below the previous day low here on NASDAQ. And then we did not get that move down on Dow Jones. We did get it on ES as well. Did not get it on Dow Jones. So we do have SMT divergence here at this external low right here. And then, yeah, obviously pretty strong shift back up, I would say, here on this hourly chart from Asia session. And I still think now potentially if we go to the 4 hour, that now this 4 hour gap that was in a deeper premium of this leg, we talked about this yesterday. Let me turn this off. Could now be in play potentially, right? Maybe you see this 4 hour structure in here where we've reclaimed this gap, we've inversed this bearish gap, and now we're finding respect here. I would kind of expect this to more so than likely make a move up for this gap here, taking out this high and this high. We will see, but that is initially what this is looking like to me, boys and goos. Let me go ahead and mark this out. Previous day high. This is some 7 o'clock. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of the thought process as of right this very moment. Just based on how everything looks after the overnight session. So let's, I'm going to turn all these off just to keep our chart clear. There we go. Oh, dude. Damn, opening bell snuck up on me quick today. We're already like 30 seconds past the opening bell. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, as of right now, obviously, we are trading above the current Asia session. You know, I would not mind to see a little retracement down into like these equal lows. I think if we're going to see a bullish narrative play out, I would like to see 50% of this Asia range hold just because it's such a huge range. Oops. You know, and maybe we see price just rallies here at the open, taps up into here, and then maybe this ends up being a target later. That could be a possibility as well. But these equal lows here. Let me just go mark this out on micro so I have it as well. There we go. There we go. All right. So just 2 minutes into the market open here, boys and girls. Got an immediate push up above a recent high. See if we get any displacement and follow through here to justify the long to 580 and above. Otherwise, I think we could see maybe a retrace to 234. You can see that Dow Jones is kind of already starting to turn back around here, SMTing the high with ES and Dow at the moment. We'll see, man. Good morning, guys. Good morning. How the heck are we doing? Good morning, guys. Getting them shorts today, maybe. You are Spider-Man. Prove it. Good morning, Tyler, and good morning to the Signal bots. Good morning to the Signal bots. All are welcome. All are welcome here, boys. Unless they rage bait me and cortisol spike me, then they're not welcome. But then they get put in the VIP room anyway, so I guess it is what it is. Yeah, starting to turn over here on Dow Jones is really, really weak. ES is starting to tumble here as well. Look at this wick rejection. There is an SMT present. I mean, the SMT is present on both sides right now with Dow. We have SMT at this structural high as well as SMT at the low, obviously, right? So see if I can show you guys. So SMT both sides of this market at the moment. This structural high here, we're below it, obviously, on NQ. So that's where the SMT is for the bears. And then obviously the SMT for the bulls is down here. Both with Dow Jones. So we shall see. And news at 10, chat. News at 10. So we'll see how this 5-minute wants to close. And then, you know, if we get a move, I'm okay trading before the news today, but it has to, I don't know, it'd have to be pretty clear and obvious that we're, you know, what we're drawing toward here. But I definitely would be open to it. I would not want to be in my trade, you know, like right at the news necessarily. I would prefer it to be, you know, if we're getting in, have ample time to get to our target or close to our target to be able to protect. Kind of similar to Friday, maybe. Yeah, SMT both sides. Good morning, guys. Good morning. What's the poll in the chat say? 55% of the chat is bullish. 36% of the chat is bearish. All right, so we're a little bit tilted to the bull side right now. And right now, 5-minute ends up closing favorable for the bulls on NASDAQ. It looks weak on Dow still. 15. Yeah, we're not. I guess we are getting sponsored from this 15-minute gap here. And the 4-hour inversion. There's the current 1 minute. Is anybody playing longs or shorts right now currently? Was anybody ballsy enough to jump in anything right at the open or no? I'm sitting on my hands for right now. I don't really see. I kind of want to wait for a little bit more confirmation on what we want to do here. Maybe wait for the first 15-minute close. Tough to say. This could wick reject in the next 9 minutes. No problem. Tyler, does consistency has to do with a singular trade or for how much I make on the day? It's how much you make on the day. But I guess if you make a lot on one individual trade, that could obviously cover your entire, you know, what you need to make for the consistency. Unless you're on like an intraday trailing drawdown account, which I'm assuming you're not. Then some things are a little different, but yeah, it's end of day. Small balls, tiny nuts. Yeah, that's me every morning at market open. I don't know how you boys do it. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like some people sit at their charts like 10, 20 minutes before market open, and they're just sitting there like, I just picture like a rabid dog foaming at the mouth, and they're just like, they sit there and they're trying to figure out, okay, once opening bell hits, am I clicking buy or am I clicking sell? And there's absolutely a group of traders out there that's like, fuck it, I think buy, and then they just hit long or short right at market open no matter what. I don't know how you do it. I'm not sure how you do it. So yeah, we'll wait here. I mean, I can kind of frame both sides a little bit right now, but obviously based on the 4 hour, I think the long does make sense here to this level. It's just really a matter of if we want to see like an internal manipulation first, which it doesn't look like we're getting at the moment. 5 minute close pretty favorable. You know, I don't know. I could kind of see a world though where like this 15-minute candlestick, obviously we're trading up into this gap and above these highs, above Asia high as well. I mean, I could see a world where this wicks, you know, and by the close of this 15-minute candle, we're kind of looking at a whole different looking market here. So I'm just sitting on hands for right now. I will say if we do see like a 5-minute flip here, as we're getting towards the end of this 15-minute, I would be hard-pressed to think that we were more than likely, you know, going here. Yes, boys, TRADEIFY 3.0 it should be live. It should be live. We can cover, let's go over all the over all the changes here quick. 1 second. Let's see if I have nope, okay. Wait, actually, no way, it just popped in. How about that? All right, give me 1 second, chat. That was funny timing. Let me add him. Wait, where'd it go? Way to go. There we go. Well, actually, let me pull up the email anyway. Price is it's holding on the 5 for now. Last 5 minute of this 15-minute candle, by the way. All right. All right, boys and girls. So yeah, all the changes really. First and foremost, there were some rhythmic platform option changes for anybody that trades rhythmic. I don't know how many of you guys trade rhythmic or not. Obviously, TradeC was introduced as well. I don't know if that's much of a surprise. I think a lot of people were waiting on that to hit. There is new 25K accounts for growth and select plans. We got the Elite Live rewards. So let's go through this real quick. Consistent live traders can now unlock structured elite performance reward pools. Each live account earns rewards from its own independent pool, meaning your trading performance directly increases your reward potential. Example, 5 150K accounts, up to $90,000 in rewards. To qualify for the monthly rewards, traders must end the month above the live account drawdown threshold in order to qualify for the monthly rewards. And then if you guys, everybody should have gotten this email, by the way. So if you guys go to your email, everybody should have gotten the TRADEIFY 3.0 email. And in the email, it's breaking down the rewards pool for each individual account size. But yeah, for like the 50K, the reward pools, $4 grand, 100K is $8 grand, 150K is 12 grand. And all of that's broken down in the email. Real-time dashboard, instant activation for your funded accounts. No need to wait till the end of the day anymore. That's really nice. No more subscriptions. So it's a one-time payment, just like how Lucid is set up. So that's really nice. No recurring charges, no monthly renewals, and no time limits, boys and girls. No time limits. Additional performance, platform improvements. So we got like performance tracking metrics, consistency score monitoring, enhanced risk detection for hedging violators, faster account activation, automation, And then obviously, yeah, boys, you got 5 uses. 5 uses of 40% off. Use code Tyler, boys and girls. Hopefully I saved some of you some money. I said if you boys are trading, or if you guys are getting TRADEIFY accounts yesterday, I said just wait till today. Wait till today, get 40% off, save a little bit of dough. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the 3.0 changes? I think they're very, very nice. Very, very nice. Get back here. There we go. All right. Yes, of course. Yeah, it's still everything is still end of day. Yeah. There is no intraday accounts at TRADEIFY. Yeah, intraday accounts are literally, I mean, damn. I mean, at this point, like, I understand that people kind of had to trade intraday accounts if you're using Apex. I think intraday really only still exists right now at TPT, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you're trading intraday trailing drawdown accounts over end of day trailing drawdown accounts on purpose, I don't know, man. I would question, you know what I mean? So I would question what's going on there. But I guess to each their own. What's up, buddy? No, I never did end up catching anything yesterday. I never did. What account size do you recommend? If you guys watched the video that I posted this weekend, here's one thing that I think some people don't. I prefer, or I always recommend the 50K accounts to people. I mean, obviously, some people are attracted to just the bigger accounts all the time, and that's fine. But I would say for most traders, especially like newer traders, you know, trying to establish some consistency in their trading, etc., like the 50K accounts are the best and most favorable rules, because the actual return that you need to make for the drawdown that you have available is the most favorable in terms of like your ROI. But with TRADEIFY specifically, the 50K accounts, it's a $2,500 profit target and a 2K max drawdown, versus like most 50K accounts with other props is like a 2K max drawdown, which is the same, but then usually it's a 3K profit target. So it's not much, but it's, you know, it's a little bit easier of a profit target to hit, because you're basically just going for a little over a 1-to-1 on your overall max drawdown. So it just kind of depends. There's not really a wrong answer, but I would say for a lot of traders, I would recommend the 50. It just kind of depends on, I guess, you as the trader. And that's with the select accounts, by the way. No, yeah, not instant funded. Sorry, I should have specified. That's my bad. But the nice thing about instant funded account, that's probably if you're going to weigh out pros and cons, if you're going to go instant funded, you just get more margin. You get bigger, more opportunity to be wrong on instant funded, right? Because, like, for example, a 150K account, the margin is, or the max drawdown is 6K, versus on most other 150K size accounts, it's 4,500. So you get extra drawdown on instant funded accounts. But you're obviously paying a little bit more, and it's a little bit lower consistency. Man, we were pumping up here. The 15-minute closed, I don't know, it was kind of a strong wick. Still ended up as a bullish close on NQ and ES. Kind of a grind up here. Not really super, I don't know. There's not really a whole lot of displacement here that makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside. You know what I'm saying, chat? But she's grinding up here. Previous day high is 574. It's getting there slowly but surely, I guess. E-mini S&P 500 previous day high is 481, which we're actually pretty close to right now. No, there's no activation fee for TRADEIFY's eval accounts. So yeah, man. Pretty sick, pretty cool. I guess one other update that I should have mentioned this yesterday. I kind of spaced on it. The LUCID evals are actually increasing in price a little bit, starting tonight at midnight. So starting April 1st. Not an April Fool's joke either. They are going up a little bit. So I guess if anybody feels like beating the deadline, today's the day. But I meant to mention that yesterday. I totally forgot. So that happens tonight at midnight. If you guys hadn't seen that yet, I recommend select or growth. It just kind of depends. The reason that you would go with growth would be if you really care about the one-day pass. It kind of depends. I mean, I get both sides. Some people love the one-day pass evals no matter what because they just don't want to. They want to find one good opportunity and full port the account. You know, to each their own, I guess. I would recommend the select though, personally. But you know, it's not that big of a deal, I guess. If you prefer the one-day pass evaluation, you go growth. You know, the difference is pretty marginal. Does anybody in here? And I always recommend the flex funded too. If you pass the select eval, is there anybody in here that's gone with the daily funded account option? And had some success with it or no? Has everybody in here been flex only? Just curious. Yeah, no monthly subscription for the new. I mean, after today with TRADEIFY, no monthly subscription. It's kind of crazy, dude. Ain't it funny how? Man, think about how different the prop firm space has changed. So I mean, we're finishing up Q1 of 2026 right now. How many of you guys? I mean, damn, like at the beginning of the year, we now have Apex with end of day plans. No recurring, but you have a time limit of 30 days. You've got, obviously, Lucid kind of started the one-time payment. Now you got TRADEIFY with one-time, no recurring, no time limit. The no time limit is such a huge deal. I don't think people really understand. I think the prop firm space has kind of become such a, I don't know, like a turn and burn kind of an industry lately, where it's like people are just turning and burning accounts so much that they're like, I never was worried about a time limit anyway. But I remember as like a brand new trader, the first time I ever attempted prop firms, it was actually FTMO. And I remember failing my first prop firm evaluation because I ran out of time. I was trying to take it real nice and slow, risk a very small amount of my account. And I remember I ran out of time. I'm like, that sucks. And like, that's how I failed the account. So, I mean, I know that it happens for some people, right? Some people do, you know, whether because of their situation or just because they're still learning, obviously, like they just take it really slow. And then obviously it can be stressful once the time is running out. And honestly, it's not really favorable for the trader because it's not realistic, right? You don't get penalized if you have a live account, you know, and you don't hit a certain quota at the end of the 30 days. You know what I mean? So it's not even really realistic. So to me, it's better. It's better and more viable for more traders and just creating better habits, which is what you'd want to see versus promoting the turn and burn, you know, spend 10 grand on accounts just to make whatever 15, 20 grand in payouts. That's just asinine to me, but great PA again. Yeah, we got news at Jolt's job, or at 10 o'clock with Jolt's jobs, boys and girls. We have ES trading above previous day high right now. There was an opportunity here to maybe join the longs, you know, after open, but I'm okay with missing this one. I don't really feel any FOMO here. This was kind of messy, if I'm being honest. Obviously, a fairly decent move on during Asia session. So just be patient. Where's my little hat? I still haven't ordered it. Let me just check Amazon quick. I'm just going to see if Amazon. I am kind of worried though. I wonder if I threw a yarmulke on stream, if I would actually like get in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know. I don't know the rules on this stuff. Yarmulke. I don't even know how to spell it. Yarmulke hat. You can actually buy them on Amazon. That's funny. Dude, you can actually buy a lot of shit on this. Damn. You can buy the hat with the, like the dreads coming down the sides. You can buy a yarmulke with like a little spinning propeller on the top. That's cool. I just gotta get like a big, like, I'm gonna get a big black one that covers my entire head, and I'm gonna just, you guys can call me Ben Shapiro. Yeah, man, you can buy these on Amazon. That's funny. Different colors. You go white, black, blue. Hell yeah. I was gonna say maybe I'd ask Santa for that for Christmas, but then again, I just realized that that's probably not exactly a Christmas thing. Happy birthday, Jesus. All right, man. We got 5 minutes till the close of the hour. Looks like we're gonna reach for this previous day high, maybe this 4-hour gap above it as well. But yeah, to me there was no really good trade here. Good morning, Bella. How we doing? Oh, I'll never forget you, boys and girls. YouTube is on. Well, that's the thing. I don't identify, so I don't know if I get, you know what I mean? Stolen valor. They might take that some kind of way. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I'd have to be worried about, dude. Why not take the 300K and put it into a personal account, make 100K, now you have 400K? Oh, so you're saying, Kevin, for like the people that spend an absurd amount on props? That's actually, yeah, I mean, at that point, right? At that point, the reason that prop firms are so popular, obviously, is because of the, you know, you're not really putting a lot of skin in the game to buy a prop firm account, right? And the upside is still, I don't want to say limitless totally, but, you know, you have virtually the same upside that you would if you just funded like a small live account with very little downside risk. So that's the whole point of prop, is to help undercapitalized traders acquire more capital. And I guess, yeah, when you get to the other end of the spectrum where you're just, the spend is as high as it gets for some of these folks, yeah, I agree. It's kind of just like, it's interesting. But like I said, each their own. I mean, if it makes money, it makes money. There's only, I mean, the math is whatever the math is, but it's just hard for me to put a lot of stock into that. You know what I mean? Like if I sit at the same slot machine long enough, I mean, eventually I hit a jackpot, right? Eventually it'll hit. Good morning, Gopinath. Or should I'm just going to call you Gopi. Good morning, Gopi. Aman, I'm still waiting for you to answer your question on if you love me or not. That's the thing. Rule number 1, chat. Never say I love you first. Never let them know your next move. Never let them know your next move, chat. 1 minute BPR, yeah, I'm waiting on the news at this point, guys. There was no trade so far this morning. We got Jolt's Jobs in less than 3 minutes. This is a big nothing burger for me at the moment. ES is trading above that previous day high. NQ stopped just shy as of right now. little 5-minute gap we could be retracing into, but I'm not going to take that because we got news about to drop. And I do not want to get clapped by Jolt's Jobs. Otherwise, I might have to go get a job. We don't want to do that, right, Chad? We don't want to do that. What's up, backup? At least we don't got Trump talking today, right? What is this? 2 hours ago, all of those countries that can't get jet fuel because of the Strait, number one. What's he saying here? They buy from the U.S. We have plenty, he says. You know, that's one thing that I'm obviously not an economist, but yeah, I mean, you know, what happened to like drill baby drill? We got like all this oil. Obviously, we took over Venezuela's oil reserves. So we should have ample oil. Isn't that strange? Like, why would gas prices be going up, even with this whole Strait of Hormuz thing in Iran, if we got so much oil that we don't even need to, like, we're independent, I thought we were independent. Or is there something that I'm missing here? You know what I'm saying? If you were a girl, you would have 100K subscribers by now. Damn, dude. Yeah, I know, but what happened to male privilege, though? I thought male privilege. No, yeah, I know. I wish I had some cleavage. I could just kind of, you know, unzip this thing a little bit. I don't suppose you guys want to see chest double, huh? All right, guys. News coming in 5 seconds. Here we go. Just tagged previous day high. Pretty strong hourly close. And 4 hour. Damn. Well, chat, how are we feeling going into 10 o'clock? How are we feeling going into silver bullet hour? Bullish, bearish, or CHOP? Still looking to buy? I mean, we'll see, man. I'm really not holding too much of a strong... I haven't held a too strong of a bias. I did like, just based on how the 4 hour looked, a kind of a continuation toward this previous day high. I didn't really feel like there was a clean, obvious opportunity for me to want to join that, though. So therefore, I did not participate at all in this. I mean, I would say at this point, I could still frame both sides of this. I'm just gonna be reading and seeing what price wants to do here. But I'm pretty neutral. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really feel like this needs to go one way or the other right now. You know, where's the... We're definitely over 50% here. Which we already hit 50% of this leg before this sell-off. So this range could be potentially null and void. So if we extend to even like these highs here, right before the expansion down, 50% of this puts us above this 4 hour gap right around like 750 quarter level, ironically enough. Not gonna lie though, kind of weirded out by all these equal lows though. A lot of equal lows here at London, I'm not gonna lie. That's like the only thing that, if I had to say something looks kind of clear and obvious internally, it's probably this, right? Like accumulation, manipulation higher, and then distribute lower. Like that's probably, from a power of 3 perspective, how to me this looks. But yeah, I just wonder if we're gonna get some like choppy action for like 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Chop around up here, kind of build some structure. You know, or do we see this just inverse here and V shape? If we got some displacement, I'd feel better about something like this. But if it's just like really slow and we just kind of like grind our way and then like a weak close here, I don't know if I trust that. If we're not seeing displacement, it's probably just better to wait. But like this would obviously be kind of the framework, right? Structure shift off the high taken, inversion, etc. We need to see some displacement. Otherwise, I would just be patient personally until, you know, maybe 10:30 we get some volatility injection, or maybe 11 if you have to wait that long. Could be possible. Could be possible. Holding the gap here for now. I do like that we did trade above the previous hourly high. If we do confirm any sort of lower setup here, but so strong on this previous hourly close, right? Sometimes I find it hard to like initially want to fade this. You know, it's just so strong. It's not like we had a big strong wick rejection or anything like that where it's showing like a willingness to reject higher prices. To me, it's almost showing maybe the opposite, right? Where it's like, you know, just looking at this hourly range, a retracement to then still hold and go higher. But the joys of being a trader, boys and girls. A million different thoughts all at once. But yeah, I mean, if we can get some displacement here, man, maybe the short can be good, but there's an inversion on the 1. I want to see if we can really give out here. We do still have this 5 minute. We have not traded back to that, have we? Damn. We have not traded back to this 5 minute. I kind of don't want to fade that either. You're in a short. Good luck, man. If you get to this 5 minute, you're good. I can see where the 1 minute would maybe like set up the inversion and then we like trade into this 5 minute and then come back up. I could see that as a possibility as well. And then that would kind of align with like 50% maybe of this hourly candle. We'll see. Because here's what the setup would look like. If you wait for this 5 minute, it's just kind of waiting for extra confirmation, but you could still get a 2R off this. Right? You know, assuming we don't get like totally left in the dust, which definitely happens. Definitely happens. Any advice for me? I had the best trade yesterday. Tried to short with leverage cons pre-market and decided to front run over leverage shorts. Market open after sweep. Lost all my gains. I mean, it sounds like you kind of outlined your problem already, right? What made you, like, why would you over leverage? Every trade you take should always be, like, even the best setups can fail. So it's like, it's just no point in risking, you know what I mean? Like a bonehead. Even A+ setups fail. So even if A+ setups fail, why, like, why full port? You know, unless you're okay with full porting and blowing the account, you know, but. Are we shorting this? You could be shorting this off the 1 minute. I'm waiting for the 5. I kind of just have a feeling like we could trade to this 5 minute and then get another drive higher. So I'm waiting for this to fail before I engage with it. Just trying to be safe here. But for those of you guys that are, for those of you guys that are playing the 1 minute structure, if this does fail, you guys are sitting real pretty on that. You're sitting real pretty on that if you get it. Yeah, who's in what right now? BJ is in shorts. Who else is already in? Some of you guys might be in off the 1 minute. Do you have any comments on why prices take the previous day's low and then take the previous day high on the indices and not so much other markets? I mean, I would argue that it probably happens. I mean, I think that happens in other markets as well. It's all liquidity at the end of the day, right? So when you're looking at liquidity, obviously you have previous day highs and lows, previous week highs and lows, previous month highs and lows, previous session highs and lows, right? It's all just fractal. And obviously those bigger ranges and those significant volume injections with the specific sessions and the kill zones are the significant liquidity pools that you're referencing. And that is a thing in all markets, right? Other than like maybe crypto, man. Crypto's kind of a, I don't know. Leverage trading crypto is something else, man. I will say that. But if you guys have followed me for a while, I mean, you guys know that, like, when I first started posting about, like, just trading anything on, like, TikTok and stuff, I was still trading Forex at the time. And then eventually I just got to a point where I was just like, man, I just don't think focusing on Forex was really helpful for me, because to me, with indices, it just allows you to have a little bit more precision. You know, you can focus up for a smaller window of time. And capitalize in that window versus, like, I do feel like with Forex and some other markets, even like with metals, to be honest, you kind of have to have your eyes peeled almost throughout the entire day. Sometimes it feels like, otherwise you'll probably miss out on quite a bit. You know, obviously it's been a little frustrating in 2026 so far. There's been a lot of moves that have happened that where NQ is moving a lot, like in Asia, and it's not moving really at all in New York. You know, but it's just not something that's going to, I just don't think it's not going to keep up doing that forever, right? It's been frustrating, and that really hasn't been the case for any of us that have been trading indices for, you know, the last few years. That hasn't been the case. So I wouldn't advise people strategy jump you know, conditions change all the time in trading. And if people are out just like jumping around and like, oh, NQ's patched, I'm going to go become a gold trader now. And then it's like, I mean, you're learning a whole new asset all over again, you know? To me, it's very similar to strategy jumping a little bit. Entered on the 3. Yeah, we are still holding this 3-minute bearish OB, 3-minute bearish fair value gap. It's 10, what is it? 10.13 right now. Still holding this bullish 5-minute though. I'm waiting on this 5-minute to fail. I'm not going to fade this. I'm not going to fade this until this fails, man. But I will promise you this. If it does fail, I'll be like, damn, should have took the 1 minute. It's always easy to say in hindsight, though. Yeah, man. I mean, we've just seen this so many times. We've seen where we kind of reach an objective going into 10 o'clock. And then, you know, like now we're out of the macro as well. You know, we've seen it countless times where we see price kind of hold the very first like 5-minute, and a lot of like the smaller time frames, the 1 minute, etc., gets kind of invalidated, and then you end up taking a loss. And then if you would have just waited for like the next significant time, like 10:30 or 11 o'clock macro, it ends up presenting the actual move. And that's something that has kind of bit me at times already this year, especially in the morning, you know, and just not having enough patience to wait. I have not taken any trades yet. No, we've been chilling. I'm waiting for this 5-minute to fail for a potential short. If not, look for a new setup. You know, I think it's possible that we could drive a new high here going into, again, later in this hour. And then see, I still do like this logic here with a power of 3, just because we got perfect equal lows at London. We've traded above previous day high. Maybe we see that drive into that 4 hour that's still resting up here like 611s, etc. But yeah, I mean, just looking at this, like if you were to just look at power of 3, right? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution, question mark? Maybe, maybe not, but this level right here is calling my name, boys. It's been calling my name. The asteroid machine's calling my name from the game room, so. Yeah, the SMT with YM is what sponsored the new high. So to me, that SMT already did its job. Took a buy. I mean, I don't think the buy is totally out of the question here, so that would make sense. I just don't want to. I personally don't want to long this because this is just like a little scalp probably. You know, you could probably find opportunity in this. Maybe get a scalp up above this high, maybe into this gap, maybe get like a little 2R. You could go for that, but after previous day highs taken, I would just rather wait for the structure to form and then we break later. But aren't they, isn't like Tanya, isn't she doing like the ninja, what is that thing that they're doing right now? The micro challenge or something? I mean, they're trading on challenge, like they're trying to like compete in some like cup thing. So if you're competing in a challenge, if you guys remember the TRADEIFY Grand Cup, you know, there were a lot of times where we were taking trades that were kind of like long shots, you know what I mean? But when you're competing in a competition, that's kind of to be expected. It was yesterday. Is it done already? I thought it was like a week-long thing. Maybe not though. Dude, Tanya is short. You guys are dyslexic. Someone said that she's long. Now you're saying she's short. I'm just gonna pull open her stream and signal bot her at this point. How about that? Will that make you guys feel better? Listen, I don't know why you guys gotta cheat on me. I know I'm not of the female species. But, you know, listen. Did Tanya tell you to wait till today to buy TRADEIFY accounts, or did Tyler? Did Tyler Trades tell you to do that? You guys like to forget that sometimes, just because, you know, I don't, you know, I'm not a woman. Look at that, boys. Aren't you happy we did not take the 1 minute structure now? Aren't you happy we did not take the 1 minute structure now? Some of you guys are like, no, why didn't we go long? Oh. Yeah, we should probably put in a new high here. I think this 4 hour gap's probably incoming. I don't know. Let's try to pick the top of this move with a little projection here. -1 puts you at like 667. 67. Yeah. See if it wants to get there or not, but 1020 incoming chat. Oh. What are we gonna do here? Not shorting, not yet. No, I'm not shorting until. You know, I would maybe even like before this 5 minute inverses. Now that we've traded into it, if we displaced down and got closure here, I'd be open to it at that point. Because it's already failing on Dow Jones. Or it's about to, I should say. But, yeah, I just wasn't feeling the 1 minute here. Felt like we could chop up, and which we are doing, right? Just inversed on this 1 minute. 1 minute charts outside of the macro. Enough to make you go crazy. I'm a little surprised we didn't go put in a new high on at least ES or NQ. I thought for sure that was going to be happening. Might still. Might still. We'll see. 1020 macro, dude. Who was the guy that started that? Hydra? Hydro or Hydra? I remember seeing him on Twitter, and then I think ICT like threw a big fit. But I will say the 1020, for whatever reason, I don't know what it is. I don't believe there is a 1020 macro, but when there is like choppier conditions, for whatever reason, like 1020 just, I don't know what it is. It just always gives like a pop. But it's only, yeah, I mean, it's literally only in like seek and destroy profiles. Although I don't believe there actually is like a 1020 macro, unless, I don't know, maybe. I feel like if I'm gonna separate myself from the bunch, I gotta come up with some. I gotta just make up some random marketing thing around ICT concepts. I'm just not creative enough to do such things. Do I believe in heat map? I don't. I mean, I don't think that if people out there say that it works for them and that it helps them, I don't like say that they're lying. You know what I mean? Like, I believe them if they say it helps them. But I personally don't believe in it, no. Everything can work. Everything can fail. I mean, that literally that's the one reality of trading that I think people haven't fully accepted yet, especially newer traders, is they spend so much time, especially like even after losses, like they spend so much time trying to figure out like, damn, like what did I miss? Why was I wrong? You know, and sometimes the reality is based on your strategy that you weren't wrong. I mean, technically you were because the market went the other direction, but like you're going to lose, bro. Like there's no sense in trying to come up with 100% win rate model strategy confluence. You're trying to protect yourself from something that literally is impossible. Like if you can't handle taking some losses, you're just not going to be a trader. It's just, it quite literally is just part of it. And I know everybody says that, you know, that doesn't make losing any easier though. It still sucks. But then again, that's why trading is so hard. That's why I think I get so rage baited and annoyed when, if I post any losses or take any losses, there's always someone in the chat that's just like, well, yeah, but yeah, you know, if you would have been looking at this and this and this, you wouldn't have lost, bro. You know what I mean? And it's just like, well, dude, you could say that with every single move in the market. You could, if you look for enough, using enough strategies, you'll find why it moved or why you think it moved based off of this or that. You know, it's a completely different game when you're following, you know, markets in real time and trying to put trades on. But yeah, man, to be a trader, it is an interesting world, isn't it? It is an interesting world filled with a lot of egos. And yeah, it just kind of takes a special person to like you guys, the first time you guys got stopped out and you guys were like, yep, this is the shit right here. I love this. First time you guys got stopped out, you're like, yep, I'm in love. Sign me up for this. Well, Esther, I mean, there's not really a way to answer, like, when people say, like, how much, like, do you make in a month? It's like, dude, every month is different. Some months you make money, some months you lose money. I mean, that really is the whole reason why people will create, like, other streams of income around trading, is because that's actually the only thing that is stable and guaranteed, right? More so than trading. Trading is nothing about trading is guaranteed ever, right? I mean, even the best traders will go on sometimes kind of like dry spells or losing streaks for months at a time. You know, TJR and Justin Werling strats are the facts. How can, oh great, I didn't see this. Why does Jim Cramer gotta, bro, somebody needs to stop this guy. I'm all for free speech, but we need to censor Jim Cramer. I do love that as a trading community as a whole, everybody just kind of understands that we're all supposed to just do the inverse of whatever Cramer says. That's the one thing you can count on. Hang on here. All right, man, are we going to get this new high at 10:30 or what? Kind of looks like it. Finally. Crazy 1 minute wick though. Totally curious. Is anybody in longs and then this wick down just scammed them or what? Anybody get scammed by this wick? We actually SMT'd this low with ES there. ES put in a new low. Did anybody get scam wicked? Well, some of you guys got scam wicked? Oh, no. Damn. Seems like a lot of people are hating on Jade for a $6,500 mentorship. Yeah. Well, what is that? I see that market that I feel weird saying this out loud, but her name on X is literally Market Mommy. I mean, that's actually her name on X, but I don't know. She just, you know, I get like, I don't know. Such a weird space, dude. Like, we live in this space where everything's about like, oh, this trader gets exposed, this trader gets exposed. I'm all for it. Like, if people are out here like legitimately lying, like, you know what I mean? Like, if I was out here being like, hey guys, I withdrew all this money, I got all this money from trading, I'm just killing it, bro. Here's my course for $5,000. Here's my mentorship for $5,000, and it was like totally fake and false. Like, I'm all for it. Like, yeah, bro, that's obviously completely immoral and unethical and illegal. So I'm all for, you know, calling out that type of nonsense. But when it comes to like making your entire personality, like your entire persona online is basically like, oh, you just expose everybody. I don't know, man. But obviously it gets a lot of engagement because I just think obviously misery loves company. I've seen this in my own, even in my own content. If I post losing trades, they blow up and go viral. If I post winning trades, they fucking do not, like they go nowhere basically. It's a crazy phenomenon. Like, it really is. You know, I don't know. At the end of the day, you can worry about it to an extent. I mean, it's up to you if you buy anything from anyone. But I've always said, regardless of however much anyone makes from trading, like, your life still changes 0%. You know, your bank account doesn't move because someone is legit or not, you know. Market Mom, I didn't make it up, so I swear to God. But yeah, I don't know. When it comes to Jade, I mean, I guess I don't know. I can't comment too much. I can only speculate from what I have seen myself, and I mean, I don't know, man. He made the largest prop payout in history. If he's unable to sell a mentorship after that, then what leg do these other people that sell mentorships have? This, like, you know what I mean? If he can't sell one, who can? Apparently nobody. That's kind of how I view it. No, not to say that he needed to sell one, but I think you guys just, some people just don't understand how the world works. You know, everybody gets so bent out of shape when they see Joe Schmo on the internet selling a course or selling this or selling that. Meanwhile, you got celebrities and, you know, they're pushing all kinds of shit, bro. And people will support them without even batting an eye, just because they're a celebrity or whatever. But it's all the same. It's the same game, man. The difference here is you can actually have access to some of these people, to some degree. Not to say that it, you know, there are bad apples out there, but, you know, not to be too cynical either. I think you got to be a little bit. I think you got to be a little bit cynical to be a trader. You know, because if you're not, you're gonna probably get ran over. But I mean, just think about the world that we live in, man. The government lies for their personal gain. Politicians lie for their personal gain. Doctors lie for their personal gain. Financial professionals lie for their personal gain. Like, there's bad apples all out there, you know, in every industry. Doesn't mean they all are. But I'd like to think having some common sense will take you a long way. Tyler trades merch. I would like to make some like funny merch. I find it cringy. I don't know. I would never do like a Tyler trades shirt. That'd just be weird to me. What would be maybe if we formed like a cool community with like a cool name, that'd be cool. I gotta tell you boys, I suck at coming up with like names. I tried thinking of like a cool name for the Discord group, and I just can't think of one that's like decent. So I just named it Tyler Trades Public Group for now. it's like my one weakness. I can't come up with creative names like that. But yeah, I'd like to make some funny ones. Obviously, like I think Patrick Whelan didn't he make like ICT or I Can't Trade? And he made like a couple of funny ones. I would do stuff like that. But try to make them like something you'd actually want to wear. It's a fine line. It's a fine line. Maybe I'll get like a. I guess we got AI now. I should maybe start using some AI. All right, we did trade to a new high here in this new 30-minute. By the way, SMTing currently with ES and Dow. Let's see, man. Maybe 11 o'clock. This reversal comes in. Maybe not, but ultimately filtered out the short here from the 1 minute. It was, based on if you're looking for confluences from a 1 minute, you could have justified this trade, but you were running into this 5 minute, so we filtered it out. Good thing we did, because that would have been an L if you didn't, go break even or something like that. So just waiting. I still like this short to London low. Maybe here at 11. A Tyler plushie? Is that like a teddy bear? Is plushie another name for teddy bear? Oh, dude. I know what needs to go in the merch store now. I know it needs to go in the merch store. You guys, I can't believe you guys didn't suggest this. You guys were telling me to buy one at the beginning of stream. We'll get a yarmulke, bro. We gotta throw yarmulkes in the merch store. Oh, a duck? Yeah, we got ducks. Body pillow? We could do that. Life size. Now we're thinking, boys. Now we're thinking. Now we're thinking, dude. Who do I call? I need to make this happen. Tyler Trades merch store just launched. It's only got one item for right now. Oh, it's a bunch of yarmulkes. Oh, that could work. You have midterms in an hour. What are you going to school for? Elias. What are you going to school for, Elias? Let's let the chat decide if you should stay in school or not. No, I'm just playing. Finance major? Oh, okay. What do you guys think? I will say I do have a buddy that he did graduate with finance. He said he's a financial advisor now. He said he's never needed his degree. I don't know. I guess it kind of depends on what you get into. Just as bad as liberal arts major? I don't know about that. Hey, nothing wrong with liberal arts. We need those. We need the liberal arts too, man. Come on, man. We need them too. Come on. All right. I really feel like we should see this. If we get confirmation here, I'm probably gonna wait. I was gonna say, damn, we could almost use this 15, but still slightly early. don't feel like we should go any higher if we're going to go. I'm in, boys. I'm going to try this short. I don't know if I'm undersized here or not. I might be. No, I'm all right. I'm in short, guys, off this 1 minute FEG here. Kind of front running, not waiting for the 5 minute close. Can if you would like, but I'm going to try this. I'm going to try to go for these lows down here. I even just go to like 9:30 open. It's like almost a 3R to 9:30 open. Let's see what happens. I just don't think, if we're right, I don't think we should go back to a new high here. See, we get chat. We got, this is a 15-minute FEG here. We're already trading into it on ES. Dow Jones starting to tumble. We're already below 930. We're right at 930 at Dow. Around Dow. Oh, shit. $10.40 here. Yeah, stop protected by the gap and this breaker. And SMT, yeah. You're looking for longs, Jay. Why? Just kidding. I shouldn't say that. Oh, Kev. Kev, I'll have to throw you some shekels. But yeah, sounds good to me. A finder's fee. Is that what that's called? ₹2. We are going to be trading into this 15-minute. I'm torn if I should go break even or let it ride because we're early. I would hate to get stopped to break even. I'm not going to lie. But I would also hate to see this 15-minute, for whatever reason, end up holding, and then we, like, chop all the way back up here. So I think I will protect here at this 15-minute. There we go. Okay. All right, man. Fingers crossed. I hope I don't get, you know, shafted, but we'll see. I want to see this follow through, ideally. We are still, what is it, 43 right now. So this 15 is going to close in like a minute. See if we can get some expansion, some follow through here, man. Yeah, I hope that the new 15 doesn't open up and we get some big wick back up into like the 15-minute OB and then I get stop break even. That would suck, but it does feel like the responsible move here to protect. Where's 2R? Yeah, 2R is like 420. See you guys. 15-minute is about to open up here. Pray for no upper, like pray for no big giant wick to the upside. Yes. Yes. There's a new low on the new 15. All right, moment of truth here. Please just dump. Don't reverse. Please just melt. Praying for a big giant wick upside. Vinar, you are the ops. Vinar is always praying on my downfall. What a shame. $30-minute FEG, careful. I mean, I don't know how much more careful I can be right now. Nah, I'm good, Manny. You can, though. I wouldn't want a partial. Nowhere near before this low is ran on Dow, at least. If I get break even, I get break even, man. Live and die by the break even, chat. Like in this 1 minute. Looking good, looking good. Ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why. I ain't never wanna hear you say I want it that way. You know? RB, come on, man. Damn, man. RB always hating and shit. RB always hating and shit. Why I gotta be like that, though? You gotta believe. All right, guys, I'm going to flatten a couple of these Apex accounts. I have 2 Apex evals in this connection that I'm trading. They both just hit the target. So add 2 more of those to the farld. Taking those off. I want to see, before I do anything else here, let me cancel these 1 sec. I'm probably going to do, we'll do like half off here when Dow takes this low. And then we're going to have ES basically trading to the 930 target anyway. There we go. Okay. 2 off there. Stop and profit trailed to 496. Want to see us flush here. Macro is just getting started here, so. This could get sporty. No matter the distance, no matter how far. Come on, macro. We've been waiting for you. Do something crazy. Do something crazy. Do something crazy. Next low on Dow is 726. Great way to finish the month. Yeah, I forgot. This is the last day of March, ain't it? This is the last day of March, chat. They saved the best day for last. Slowing down a little bit. Come on, get going. I kind of want to if we do retrace, I kind of would like to partial one more off before. We're still going here. Come on. Hold. 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 8:30 tap. Come on. Oh, is he gonna retrace here? I'm gonna take one more off. One more off here. I got one more running. I'm gonna let this run probably, honestly. You know, until we start running these lows. I really feel strongly with. I think we go to London, honestly. But I am out most here, guys. I have 75% of my positions off now, so I'm letting this last one run here. I just wanted to get one more off in case we like retrace here at the end of this hourly candle into like this gap, maybe even this OB. So, you know, just to secure a little bit more, but should be good. We're over 2R now, so this is all kind of just bonus. And yeah, we got Dow Jones about to take out 726. What do I say, boys? Whenever you get like when you have a nice big stop, you don't even end up needing it. Classic. Classic. All right, guys, 930 opening price. There it is. Can we get one more shot through here? I want to see Dow hit that low. Yeah, literally almost zero drawdown. If only they all did that. All right. I'm going to kill it there, boys. Coming into the close of the hour here. Getting a little bounce off 9:30 open. I'm fully out now. Good luck if you guys are still holding. There we go. There we go. Watch it just Drake candle. Watch it just Drake candle here. And then, yeah, if you guys are holding extended runners, London low is 234. So it's, I mean, super clean equal lows. I just don't want to, I don't want to sit through like a bigger retracement, personally. If we get it, right? Man. But yeah, man. There we go. 900-ish per account minus the 2 Apex evals. I only needed like 700 more. I needed 700 more on these 2 Apex evals I had going, so hit that. So good deal. Good deal, man. And now we're retracing. Thank goodness. I did not want to see this just melt like crazy in the last 2 minutes as I close that. So that's good. This is what I didn't want to. I don't want to sit through this. Y'all can sit through it if you want. I'm good. Best day? No. Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. I've been, to be honest with you, I've been undersized. Like, I'm not risking, I don't know if you guys have noticed, I'm not really risking a whole lot on these trades. I'm risking like $400. And usually, like, I don't know, I would say market conditions where I'm more confident, I'm usually risking like $500 to like $800. Usually on the higher end of that, like $700. So I've had to cut my size down over like this month just because it's been so like, I don't know, my confidence just really hasn't been there. I don't think a lot of our confidence has been there in the market, to be honest with you. So, you know, it is what it is. No, you're good. Hey, don't apologize, Interlight Trader. I wasn't yelling at you. I wasn't yelling at you. On a 50K, yeah, like $400, give or take. You have to lose 5 trades in a row on a 50K, risking $400. You have to lose 5 in a row without a win to blow up. I think that's fairly decent, you know. I think that's fairly decent. You do agree that if March was your best month, you're cooked for the rest of the year? I know I've been seeing people post that as like a rage bait thing. I do kind of agree with it though. It's like if it's your best month, I'm not saying you couldn't have made money, right? But if it was your best month ever, I mean, that's crazy. What does that say about all these other months where we have had like amazing price? Done for the day, green. Yeah, man. W's in the chat, boys. W's in the chat. We should celebrate, huh? Totally forgot. What do we want? What do we have? What have we done in a while? Damn. I'm happy about my close now, boys. I still like this for a continuation lower. But yeah, retrace here. Holy shite. Holy shite. There we go, into a 5-minute BPR. And the 15-minute, there's a 15-minute bearish gap on Dow, 15-minute bearish inversion that we're retesting now on NQ. Still might drive higher. I think NQ honestly could trade all the way back into that 15-minute OB. Potentially. We'll see if this holds. Not quite the 50% yet. Yeah, man. W close. I'm really happy I closed it now. Thank goodness. I just don't want to hold that. I don't want to hold this. Get me out. Get me out. I don't want it. Sweet. Is Andrew Tate richer than you? Well, I don't know. What color is his Bugatti? It's hard to say, man. He could be LARPing. He could be LARPing. Maybe he's not. Hard to say, hard to say, hard to say. All right, man. W day, boys and girls. We were super duper patient. Did not take anything. We filtered out quite a bit of stuff. I didn't think there was anything here for the long, even though, well, the move we thought was there. We could frame the move, but I didn't think the trade, there was no like good trade opportunity for me to want to take it. And then we filtered out the shorts after 10 a.m. macro, waited for After 10:30, we get this last drive higher, SMT, above previous day high. And then we see price start displacing down. I entered off this 1 minute bearish fair value gap. Stop at this high. Not seeing any more reason for us to go higher if we're going to see price give this move lower. Ended up having little to no drawdown. And away we went, man. Went break even at this 15-minute bullish gap. And yeah, really, really nice delivery. If you held full trade to 9:30 open, which was our original just set target, it was like a 2.7R. With partials and whatnot, this obviously is probably more like a 2 point something. 2 point something. So, good job, chap. Good job, chap. But yeah, man. Well, real quick, look ahead to tomorrow, if we may. Looking at the economic calendar. We have first day of April. April Fools. I got to come up with something. I'm gonna fool you sons of guns somehow. I got to figure it out yet, but 8:15 non-farm ADP. Core retail sales at 8:30. A lot of news tomorrow, man. PMI at 10 a.m. Holy shit. Yeah, I would come into tomorrow morning with a lot of patience. Likely could be similar to today, where we're going to be waiting until like 11 or 10:30. You know, letting this 10 a.m. news pass potentially. We'll just have to see, obviously, where we're at. But yeah, very, very cool. If you guys weren't here earlier, TRADEIFY 3.0 is live. Code Tyler will give you 40% off for 5 uses. And then also Apex, 90% off sale. And the last important thing here is Lucid. The price will increase tonight at midnight. So if you want to take advantage of the lower cost of accounts, might be worthwhile to load up today instead of waiting until tomorrow. But up to you either way. Appreciate you, boys and girls. Hit the like button before you hit the dusty trail. And we'll be back live tomorrow morning, boys and girls, 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Enjoy your guys' Tuesday. And we'll talk to you later on. Peace and love, chap.
Wake up early, coffee to my lips. Tyler trade streaming, giving us tips. The NASDAQ hustle riding up high. Charts on my playground, never asking why. ICT moves, smart money flows. Precision like an arrow, yeah, that's how it goes. Stop loss is shaking, but I hold my ground. Payouts stacking while the beats pound. Tyler trades, yeah, he's calling the plays. Future's bright while the market sways. If you run it, we don't delay. Stack those wins every single day. Now time to break the mold. Risk to reward, pure liquid gold. Liquidity grabs, making it rain. I'm in sync with Tyler, bringing the gain. Party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age. Tyler trades, yeah, he's calling the plays. Future's bright while the market sways. If you run it, we don't delay. Stack those wins every single day. Snap, time to break the mold. Risk to reward, pure liquid gold. Liquidity grabs, making it rain. I'm in sync with Tyler, bringing the gain. Party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age. Party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age.